Hello world, welcome. My name is Luann Pygott. I'm a lead beauty guide with Lime Life by Alcone. And today I'm going to do something different. I thought I would talk to you, or in the beginning it's different. I would talk to you about a non-Lime Life product, something that I love, and spotlight some of the products that I use or that I love or like or whatever, things that I have that you might be interested in as well. I do not sell this, but I'll tell you where to buy it if you're interested. So what I am going to talk to you about today, I've got some here and here, is this deodorant, Native deodorant. I don't know if you've ever heard of this or ever tried it. I love this. This is an all-natural, aluminum-free deodorant. So in the past, I've always used like the solid antiperspirant slash deodorant, the one that has both of them in there. I've always used just any brand off the store. They never worked very well. Whether they were expensive or the cheapest on the market, it didn't matter. And I'm talking about just regular old deodorant you buy at Walmart or the grocery store. My biggest issue was not the deodorant part, it was the antiperspirant part. I always had issues with deodorant with the big wet rings under my arms. I don't care how much deodorant I put on. That was my issue, was the perspiration part. Not necessarily the deodorant part is helpful, but my biggest issue was the perspiration. And regular old deodorants just didn't work that well for me. They didn't. I could have just put it on. I would have big wet rings under my arms. Then they came out with clinical deodorant. Now, if you've ever tried clinical deodorant, it works a lot better than regular old deodorant. Hi, Karen. I'm talking about this product today called Native deodorant, an all-natural deodorant. It is not sold by Lime Life, so I don't sell this. But I'm just talking about a different product today, just to talk about some other stuff. So when I switched from just regular old drugstore deodorant to the drugstore clinical deodorant, now it costs a whole lot more, but it worked better. However, it worked like 95% better, the clinical deodorants. But you read an awful lot about the aluminum and other ingredients that are in deodorants that they believe can cause cancer. And even though I was fairly happy with the results of the clinical style of deodorant, even though they were expensive, I was happy with the results of them, I was not happy with being concerned about what if they do cause cancer. So I really was wanting to move to a natural deodorant. And I saw this on Facebook one day. Somebody recommended it. Then I also saw advertisements on Facebook for Native deodorant. So I thought, well, I don't really know that I think it's going to work very well because I have that big perspiration part of it issue. So, but I'm going to try because I really don't want to keep using the ones with the aluminum and the chemicals in them. So I ordered a Native deodorant from Native. I think it's nativecos.com is their website. So you could just search Native deodorant and go look it up and find it. So they have all different kind of scents. This one was a summer scent. They don't have this one right now because they rotate them through the seasons. They have some they have all the time. They also have unscented. But this one is white peach and mandarin, if I can say it right. Mandarin and white peach. I love the smell of peaches. But they have all kinds of scents, and like I said, unscented. So I ordered my first one and tried it. Okay, so first of all, I then, it said it will take you several days for your skin to adjust. So one of the things I had noted that I had not noticed before was I had some discoloration under my armpits right here. I thought it was just discoloration. It was like brown. It was just brown. I thought it was just discoloration. What it actually was that clinical deodorant I was using had kind of gummed up under my arms and I couldn't wash it away anymore. It was like clogging my pores, like permanently. And I didn't know it was doing that. I washed it every day, but it took about 3 or 4 days, 3 or 4 showers for me even to get rid of all of that. I would have had to scrape my skin off. And that skin under there is tender. So it's like I was washing it off. It was eventually, it was like gunk. The best way I can say it. My armpits were gunked. And it was coming off. But I thought, once all of that gets out of there, I'm concerned about that this new deodorant is not going to have as good of results. But let's just wait and see. So after it finally completely cleared all that stuff that had been clogging me under here and finally got it all washed away, it's just like it wouldn't let loose. I think I would have had to scrape it with a knife. I can't do that with my underarms. But it eventually washed out after several showers. And then I was using just the plain Native and had nothing else under there. To my surprise, it was really effective. I had like no wetness. And that even with the non-clinical cheaper deodorants, I would be like big circles. And I thought, well, that Native isn't going to work that well. It does. I was really happy with it. I'm really happy with knowing that it does not have cancer-causing ingredients in it. But I will tell you, I had one little issue just for you to be aware of. Their deodorant is made with baking soda. Baking soda is a natural ingredient. It is great for absorbing moisture and odors. And I thought, oh, that's going to work great. Baking soda, it's all natural. I had a little issue with the baking soda. I don't know if I move my arms or it's because the skin of my arm, underarm, is so tight against itself or something. But actually the baking soda, because baking soda is grit. Now, I didn't feel a gritty feeling at all. I felt nothing. You don't feel anything, but it did make my underarms raw. And I thought, well, I just have to get used to it. That's all. I'm just not used to this. It's a new ingredient. I just have to get used to it. I never got used to it. I used it for at least a month and a half. And my underarms, they hurt. They were raw. And I thought, oh, don't tell me I found this deodorant that actually works. It's all natural. I love it, but I can't wear it because it's making my armpits raw. I went on their site again. They have a sensitive version. This is the sensitive one. Doesn't have the baking soda. It has something else. I don't know what it has that works. Arrowroot. It has let's read what's in it. Arrowroot powder. It is alcohol. It says magnesium hydroxide, shea butter, coconut oil, hydrogenated castor oil, fragrance, beeswax. It's probably the arrowroot powder. Instead of baking soda, this has arrowroot powder. It works just as well for me. Now, I have a good friend that she wanted a natural deodorant too. She got the regular. I warned her. I said, now my armpits were raw, but give it a try. She says the regular deodorant with the baking soda does not bother her at all. Doesn't make her sore. It doesn't make her raw. Doesn't bother her at all. So I think most people can wear the one with the baking soda. But if you can't, you find it's irritating, do the sensitive. The best part about this is they now carry Native in Target. So if you don't want to order it online, go to Target. Now, I don't know what varieties they have in Target because I haven't actually looked for it in Target. I just ordered it online. They also have, now these are usually like $12. They also have, if you order it online, I don't know if they have this in Target, probably not, but they have a collection. They call it a collection. It comes as a set of 3. And this one that I am using is the 3rd. So you get a set of 3. You can even mix scents if you want more than one. I just love this one with the peach. Which is not available in the winter, by the way. You have to wait till summer again, probably. But I got all 3 at the same. Or you can get 3 different ones. And like I said, they also have unscented if you don't. Some people don't want scent. I love this right here. This always comes with it. It's a little a brochure that tells you about it. But what it says on the front, take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. That's why I wanted to switch deodorants. The only body I have. I'm going to take care of it. So if you get the collection of 3 from the website, it's $10 a piece. So it's $30 for the collection. So it's cheaper individually. They also have a thing that you can sign up. I haven't done it, but they have a thing you can sign up to have it shipped like regular, like auto shipments. Like if you want it once a month, every 2 months, every 3 months or something. However often I don't know what their choices are, but however you sign up, they give it to you at the discount also if you have auto ships. But I haven't done auto ships only because I like to pick my scent, and I'm getting like a seasonal scent. So if I'm saying I want it again in 3 months, they probably won't have that scent again. So I've been going to pick my scents. Now, if you pick their standard scents, because they have some they have year-round. If you pick those, you could probably get that on auto ship. Or if you're willing to just try stuff at random where they will send you something, pick me a scent, they might have that. But if you get the 3-pack, it's $10 a piece. And if you get it individually, it's $12. But go to Native. I think it's Native COS. It's like Native Company with an S on it. NativeCOS.com, or just search Native deodorant and Google it. It'll come right up. I've also seen they say it has it on Amazon, but if you want to go look at it in the store, go to Target. So that is my non-Lime Life product. Let me see if I can get it where it doesn't. Yeah, my non-Lime Life product for the week or the month, whatever. The one for today, Native All Natural Deodorant. They have both regular and sensitive skin. So now I am going to also do my Halloween makeup today because it's Saturday. I have plenty of time today, and I thought I would do this look. Actually, another beauty guide, one of my friends did this the other day, and I just happened to, I wasn't searching for it particularly, but I happened to come across it looking for Halloween looks, and I'm like, oh, it's so pretty. I really want to do it too. So I'm really not trying to copy what she did, but it's so cute, and it's pretty simple, I think. And it's, I don't know if that's supposed to be, it's probably supposed to be Harley Quinn. She's a character that's supposed to be the Joker's girlfriend in Batman. I think it's Harley Quinn. She has a bunch of different looks. It's probably her. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't have my hair in pigtails. And she does wear her hair in pigtails, but I don't have them in pigtails today. So we're just going to do it with no pigtails today. And I'm going to start with my primer spray. Get my makeup to last. So if you were looking for a Halloween look, this one I think is a pretty simple one to do. Because you basically have regular makeup on and kind of some crazy eye colors. So you don't have to put crazy entire face makeup on, which you can do for other looks, but this one, you're just going to put on your makeup. So I'm going to start with my foundation, brush number 18, and I'm going to put that on. This is Lime Life Full Coverage 50% Pigment Makeup. It will cover all blemishes. This is the makeup they use. Now, this is what you would consider to be a theatrical look because it's like a costume. And this is actually theatrical makeup. It is used in the theatrical industry, on the stage and in the top of the business. So they use it, they don't just use this in little theaters that you've never heard of. They use this on Broadway. They use this in Hollywood, in movies, in television, and they have since the 50s and 60s when all of this stuff came out and the company Alcone began. So they have been using this since then, and you say, well, after all of these years, since the 50s and 60s, why wouldn't they have moved on to a better makeup? Because there isn't one. There isn't a better one. This is it. This is the best one on the planet. I really believe that, and I'm not saying that because I sell it. I'm saying that because it's the truth. If it was not the truth, I would find another brand to sell. I would. If this was not the best, I either wouldn't sell it, or I would find, if I couldn't find one that I could sell that was the best, I just wouldn't sell it. I would find something else to sell. I wouldn't sell makeup if I didn't think this was the best one. I would sell Scentsy. I would sell Pampered Chef. I don't know. I would sell something else. And those products are great. But I'm selling this makeup, first of all, because this is a lot of fun, especially at Halloween, and because I really think this is the best stuff that exists. And that's why they use it in Hollywood, because it's the best on the market. It's the best they can get. It's the best I can get. So now I'm going to take, it doesn't look like she has contour, actually. So I'm not going to contour because she's not contoured. I'm going to use Concealer Zero. I'm getting low on my Concealer Zero here. I do believe I have another one in my stash, which I'll have to hunt that up. I have a stash of all kind of, I don't like to run out. So on stuff that I use a lot of, I keep one, and then I use the one that I use, and I have a spare. So I have a spare around here somewhere, I believe. I just had to get the extra one of one of my eyeshadows because I used up all of Creamboat. So there, look. No more dark circles. I'm also going to put this down here because I have like folding skin right here. Hello, aging. That's what it is. And if I highlight it, it takes away the look of the shadow and kind of camouflages that. So it looks like my skin filled out. And it didn't. I just took away the dark shadows. What a cool illusion is that? It's just like you plumped up your skin here where it looked like it was folding in. And my lips don't look like they turned down anymore. It still does. You can catch a glimpse of it once in a while, but I just lightened it up. Okay, so now we're also going to put this concealer. This is what they do with this makeup also in the theatrical industry and on television films. This is what they do with this. They do a lot of camouflaging the stuff on the actors and actresses' faces, because they don't have perfect skin either. You know, if you go to the movies, you would think everybody in that movie had perfect skin, because they look, and it looks natural. That's because they're using this. This makeup looks natural. It doesn't look like you have a bunch of makeup on. It looks like it's made and manufactured specifically to look like natural skin. Who doesn't want makeup that looks like natural skin? Do you want makeup that looks not like natural skin? No, you don't. Most makeup that dries gets a chalky look to it. I didn't ever realize that until I started using this. And I'm like, I look like I have a live skin right now. I don't look like I have chalk on my face. I look like I have glowing skin. That's because that's what this makeup looks like. So now I'm going to use my translucent powder right here and a kind of a small tapered brush, and I'm going to set this on my eyes to start with, because it will crease on my eyes if I don't do this, because my eyes fold really tight on themselves because I have hooded eyes. So I'm going to quickly set that. I'm also going to, I have some deep lines up here. I'm going to bake. So what does that mean? That means I am going to pile on a ton of powder right where those lines are, and that will absorb the moisture out of this makeup. Because see, this makeup doesn't dry, like ever, because it is made with a plant wax. And so it's not like a beeswax or a candle wax. It's a plant wax. And because it never dries, you have to set it with powder. And what I am doing is I am absorbing, like super absorbing the moisture out of it right here, so then it cannot settle into my lines there. Now this does not settle into fine lines, but those are not fine lines. Those are deep grooves from doing that. So, and I do it when I don't mean to. So I have to bake up there. So if you have a problem with some really deep lines, that's how you can fix it. You bake, they call it baking because you let it sit there for a while. And the heat from your skin and the powder will suck out the moisture from that spot, so that it will no longer crease. Okay, but see, I don't have to do that to my whole face. But you do want to set your face with powder. And I'm actually going to mix the translucent colorless one with this one up here. Powder number 1 called Sunny Day. And I'm going to press this here into my skin. I'm not rubbing it, because until I get it set, this makeup would move. So if I press it, it won't move the makeup around. Now there is one side done. Look at the difference in how airbrushed and soft that looks, and how kind of glaring a little bit that is. And this, it just brings it all together. So you really want to use this. Powder was specifically created for high definition television. That's why it's called HD powder. It was made for high definition cameras and bright stage lights. So that way it doesn't look like you have a bunch of powder caked on your face. It's really finely milled, so it doesn't emphasize lines and pores. It actually conceals them because of how finely milled it is. Okay, so I'm going to just leave that for a few minutes. And then I'm going to do, let's do the brows. Let's use this brush, I think. Let me clean that brush. This is brush 13. It's just like 14, only it doesn't have the spoolie at the bottom. So no, that one's just bare. The 14 has the spoolie at the bottom. But I'm going to use some makeup. Let's see, that's her right eye. Let's do, now Lime Life does not have a green that's quite this green that she has on. They have a green, but it's almost more like a brown avocado green, and that's not what she's wearing. So I'm going to use one in here. It's called Daddy. Oh, it's called Daddy. It's green. It's in the James Charles palette. I'm going to try that one right there. It's a matte. She does have a matte eyeshadow. And then she has it like here and here, and then here and here is purple. So let's do the green on the brow. And I'm not going to get this wet. Oh yeah, I am not going to get this wet. This is so dark. And if I get it wet, it would be even darker. And I don't want it, because hers is not that dark. Now this is a little more of a bluer green than what she has, but that's okay. It's as close as I have. I could add a little yellow into it. I might try that and see what happens. But I am just making my brow shape in green. I suppose you can see that that's green. I feel like the Grinch right now. The Grinch who stole Halloween. But I guess you could dress up as the Grinch for Halloween, couldn't you? That'd be a good Halloween look. Okay. Let me see. I am going to try this. I'm going to see if I can add that yellow. That yellow, what are you called, yellow? Let me see the name of it. This one is called Tune, like play me a tune. Let's try that one. Hopefully it's going to be the right color. It's like a creamy yellow. It's like a banana yellow, actually. Now let's put a little of that on top and see what I get. I'm not sure you can even tell. Because that green is so dark. Either that or I'm the Joker. Well, that makes sense if this is the Joker's girlfriend. That she kind of looks like the Joker, too. I think he had green eyebrows. At least he did in the original one, I think. The original Batman. I'm talking about the Batman TV series that was on when I was a kid. In the 60s. That was my favorite. I loved Batman. Of course, I liked Batgirl. Alright, there's that. Now let's clean off this green off this brush. Put up this other brush. Hold on. That brush I'm going to leave there. So then let's do... I'm going to try this purple that's in here too. Because the Lime Life purple's too brown. It's called Escape. It is so dark though. It's really the closest colors to what she has. So let's try and see what we get with that. And this thing is in my way. Here we go. That's not too bad. That's not too off of what she has. I need a bigger table. I have like an eyelash or something up there on my forehead. You know, it's probably an eyebrow hair. Like, how'd you get up there? Why did you get up there? I don't know. James Charles palette, it doesn't blend or spread as well as Lime Life, but it does have some pretty good pigment. This is from Ulta. I was really lucky when quarantine started. And I was like home working. Then I was home after working. By myself, all day, every day. But I liked working from home, actually. But I happened to see, after work one day, I saw that they had this on sale. If you had to get it online only. They had it half price, this palette. I got it for like $19. With normally like $38. And I'm like, oh my word, it's half price. And it has a lot of colors Lime Life doesn't have. So that's why I like having this one. Because we don't have a lot of these bright colors. Because these aren't colors people normally wear in everyday life. Lime Life's colors are more like what people would wear every day. And these are not. I mean, you can, but on average, most people don't wear. I mean, this is not really like a business look here. All right, so now, before I put those colors on, I'm going to do Cream Boat all over my eye. You know what I didn't do either? I didn't do blush, and she has really, really light blush. So let's do this one here, number 3 Possible. That number 3 Possible is actually what came in my starter kit when I became a beauty guide. That was my very first blush. Like I said, I don't have any contour on because she doesn't in the picture. Here's my picture again. That's what I'm doing. That is a real, fairly simple Halloween look. So you don't have to do like your whole face. And it won't take you like hours. If you want to do something for Halloween that's a little on the quicker side, this is pretty quick. Because you just do regular makeup. and then kind of just add these little crazy eye touches. All right, and nose. So she's a crazy nose too. I think she's really kind of a clown, but like I said, I think that's supposed to be Harley Quinn. All right, so there's my blush. And then we're going to do, all right, here's what I'm going to do. Cream Boat. What do I have? Oh, I have this other one. I don't think I need this one. Or if I do, I'll get it back out. My nose is tickling me to death today. Well, somebody's out there walking their baby in a stroller. Oh, they're walking a grandbaby in a stroller. It looks like a grandma. Okay, so let's do, we have a sidewalk that goes around the lake outside, so they're out there walking the little baby. Here's where my Cream Boat goes. I have like 3 specks of it left in there, and I'm going to use this brush number 7, pick up what little bit's left, because I'm not wasting a drop of it. There's not much in there. Oh, one other thing I wanted to do is I'm going to take our eyeliner in neutral. See right here where it gets dark? That's because I have teary eyes and it likes to wash makeup away. It won't really wash this away though, because this is waterproof. So see, there's one over here too. See that dark, where it's dark right there? That's the reason it's dark is because of my dark circles. And it's my dark circles peeking through because the tear that got in the corner of my eye. I think there's a piece of fuzz on my nose. I just can't see it, but I can feel it. So the tear washes away and it exposes my little piece of dark circle. But this, like I said, this is waterproof. Waterproof and smudge proof. So this is like the best bet for me not having... So this is my best option for the corners of my eyes, honestly. Now it looks a little white right now, but that's going to be covered. Okay, so I'm going to take what little bits of Cream Boat I have left. Let's just start there. Go ahead and set that with the powder. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to change out your eyeshadow. Because these palettes that we have, this is an 18 well, they're customizable. That means you get to pick whatever colors you want, so you do not have to buy a palette that has 3 colors that you like in it and you hate the rest, but you want those 3 colors really bad. You don't have to do that. You get to pick everything you want, but you don't have to buy a palette this big either. If you say, I would never use all that eyeshadow, you can buy a 4-well palette. There's a 4-well, but see, they have holes in them, and this is a magnet at the bottom. And what you do is you take a toothpick or something and you poke it through the hole, and you can push out whatever's in there because it holds it pretty well. It's not going to fall out. And then you put in a new. And then a 6-well palette. There's a 6-well. You can tell I've used this. Got powder all over it. I need to clean it. So you can have small ones. You can also buy them individually. And this is one I bought individually. And this is number 38 Cream Boat that goes in this spot. So see, now that I have used up the one I use all the time, which is the cream one, I want a new cream one, but I don't have to buy this palette again. I only have to buy the cream one. And so usually what I do, and that is what I did this time as well, was look at this. That one's low, that one's low, that one's low, and that one's low. That one is too, but I already have another one of those. So see, I had 4 of them that are low, that I didn't have a replacement for. So what I did, because they're cheaper to buy more than one of them, I basically bought a new 4-well palette of 4 of them, got them cheaper, but instead of putting them in that little 4-well, I'll use them to refill this. So this, it's just all interchangeable, mix and match. If I went on a weekend trip out of town, I don't want to pack a lot of stuff with me, I would coordinate what I was wearing with my eyeshadow, pick the 4 eyeshadows or the 6 if I wanted that. Pick the 4 eyeshadows and say, I'm going to wear these 4 eyeshadows while I'm out of town for the weekend. I would pull them out, put them in this 4-well, pack that, and that'd be it. So I do not have to take this whole thing with me if I don't want to take that whole thing, if I'm just going away for the weekend or something. So it is so easy to coordinate what you're doing based on your needs for that whatever time. So, you know, if you want this at your house normally so you have all the colors, or if you want to go away and say, well, today I really only like 4 or 6, you just put them in there, and it's real easy. I'm going to show you. So this is how you order them individually. They come like this. Now, if you order the refill, Lime Life will send you this without a holder. It comes in this little plastic one, but it doesn't come in the individual holder. And the individual, I have the individuals around here somewhere. they come in a little, it comes in a little thing like this. It's just an individual holder. And I had one somewhere. I have a bunch of them. They're just not here. I've probably put them away because they like to fall and slide and stuff. That's why I like the big ones, because they don't do that. But trust me, it comes in a little single holder. So you can order it with the single holder, or if you pick refill, you don't get the holder, you just get this plastic shell. You get this plastic shell either way, because that protects it in shipping. But if you order it as a refill, you don't get the holder in addition, because I don't need the holder. I got that. And so if you don't order the holder, they will make a donation to the Brighter Together Foundation instead of sending you the little holder. So I love that it gives you the option of having, like, and it does come out of your pocket. Lime Life makes the donation. Instead of sending you that little holder, they take the money they would have used to send you that little holder, the cost of that little holder. They send it to the Brighter Together Foundation, which helps women in impoverished countries like Guatemala and other countries. It helps them to establish their own business and become entrepreneurs in their country. And they help them, they train them how to deal with money, how to be business owners, how to budget, and all kind of things you would need to know as a business. They get training. And they also help them set up with a business that will work in their economy. So, they don't sell Rolls Royces. Nobody would buy one. So they sell something that works in their town. Something that people will buy that is needed in their town. So they set women up to be business owners and independent financially in impoverished countries, which I think is fantastic, because they don't have a way to do that. They don't have a way to become, women don't. In those countries, third world countries, they don't have a way to become financially independent. They can't just up and do it. How would they do it? They have no money. They have no way. The men, most of the time, control the money. They don't have any help. And so Lime Life donates to that foundation that helps women become independent financially. So if they are in a bad situation, they're not trapped there. Or if they are left alone and they have children to raise, how are they going to do it? Well, they establish them in a business. Now they can support their family. So I like to order the refill because it gives them another donation. And if you order any of our collections, like the teen collection it's like a starter makeup collection. It doesn't have to be for a teen. It can be for any age. But it comes with this right here, one foundation and 2 concealers, so you get this palette. It comes with 2 eyeshadows, any 2 colors of your choice. It comes with a lip gloss, any colors of your choice. And it comes with a powder. You can get any powder you want. I would recommend the translucent powder because you need to set your makeup. But if you already have some translucent powder, you can also get a bronzer or a blush, any colors, any powder of your choice. Those are the things you get in the teen collection. And when you order that, you not only save $18, then instead of buying them all individually, you save $18. Lime Life also makes a donation to the Brighter Together Foundation that helps those women in those countries like Guatemala and other countries that need help. So I love buying the collections. I save money, and then they donate to that foundation. So I'm going to take this cream boat. So all you do is you tip it out of this, tip it into your hand. Keep a good hold of it. Powders will crack if you drop them, so try not to drop them. I drop them sometimes, but it doesn't mean it will crack. It means it can. Take something sharp. Like I said, you can use a toothpick, something skinny. This is just some random wire I had in my house. I don't even know what this thing is from, but it works. You're going to poke it through the hole of the one you want to empty and push it through and see how it loosens that metal pan that's empty. Then you just take that. You can throw that away. You can put it in your recycle bin. It's metal. Take that out. And then I usually take a little brush and like clean it because it gets powder up under there. So just kind of clean it out if it has powder in there. Then this is a magnet. You just take your new pan and you just drop it in there and it will just stick because it's a magnet. See, it snaps right in and then it will not fall out. So there's my new cream boat. So quick, so simple. Took me a long time to talk about it, but it didn't take long to actually do it. So then I'm going to use that cream boat and brush number 7 to put here on my eyes to set, superset this. I've already set it with the translucent powder, but putting this powder, the eyeshadow powder, really sets it a lot stronger. And it gives me, keeps my eyes looking light and kind of gives me an all one color look here. So I'm going to, since I have such dark circles up here, this keeps it light and bright. Gives me a nice, this is like whitewashing an art canvas, if you've ever painted. A lot of people start by whitewashing their canvas. This is kind of like whitewashing your canvas. And so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to go, I will need that again in a minute. I'm going to go back to these colors I have on my brows, the green and the purple, and I'm going to put them, let me put my empty stuff out of the way here, or I keep wondering what that is. I'm going to go back to these colors, and I'm going to use brush number 10. It's the tapered shadow brush, and I'm going to start, let's start over here on this side with the green, because she has it done opposite. And she has this, it's pretty simple, just all over. And I'm going to lift it up also because I have hooded eyes. So I got to go up kind of high or you'll never see this shadow. Hers is above her crease too. So I'm going up pretty high because if I didn't see, you don't even see my lid. So if I don't go higher than my lid, you won't see the shadow at all. I might as well not put it on. Now this, like I said, is not quite as easy to blend as Lime Life. Lime Lifes are like butter. They are so easy to blend and blend with other colors and spread around. This one is a little drier, chalkier kind of eyeshadow. It's not as easy to blend. It's okay though. And this is called the James Charles, the Morphe James Charles palette. And I got it because it was half price. It was half price during, oh, it was probably March or April, when they first started the shutdowns of things. Ulta put this half price sale, and I was like, oh, I'll get that for half price, yes, because of all the colors that are in here that we don't have in Lime Life. So I'm adding a little bit of that yellow on top because it gives me a less bluish green, because that's what she has. The bluish green works, it's just I'm trying to match. And I'm also trying to get my little brush. Here we go. Ow, I just hit myself in the face with another brush. I didn't mean to pick that one up. So I'm going to now blend. Hit me right there. You ever hit yourself in the face with an eyeshadow brush? I don't think I've done that before. I accidentally grabbed it by the little hairs of the brush and it flung it at my face. I'm going to have to go back and watch the video here, see what that did, because I didn't see it. Like, oh, that brush, other one, it hit me in the face. I don't normally do that. I've never done that. Could be more entertaining. Let's go watch the woman do makeup and hit herself in the face with a brush handle. I'm glad it didn't hit me right in the eye. So I'm just blending that. So now let's go, and we're going to go back to the purple that we have on here. Just going to make sure it's a little blended there. This purple is a dark purple. And here, let me show you. If I just put this on my lid, see this color, here we go. I was going to say, it's not wanting to, it's kind of staying stuck to the brush more than Lime Life does. All right, see how I have that there, but watch, see, you don't see it at all. So that's why I can't just go on my lid or even just on my crease. I have to go way up here on what they call the hood, which is, this is at your eye socket bone. That's where your eye socket bone is. That's where a hooded eye person has to put eyeshadow, so you can even see it. This purple will make me look like I have a black eye. Boy, that's a strong purple. But this is what this woman wears. It looks very similar to what she has on. This is a little bit more of a powdery, crumbling eyeshadow too, I noticed down here on the palette. It's like I have a lot of fallout down there. But that's what it does. It's just not Lime Life. This will just use some other eyeshadow and you will find out why Lime Life is better. Try Lime Life and you will go, oh my goodness, why have I been using that other kind? But for fun color looks, that's why. Alright, so now I think that's all I'm going to do with those eyeshadows. I wonder, no, I'll have a Lime Life one that matches that. Okay, so sometimes it's good too to use this if you're just doing a fun Halloween look. That way you don't waste your good eyeshadow. Your good Lime Life eyeshadow. Okay, let's take this brush again without the one hitting me in the eye. And let's blend this purple maybe it will look less like I've been socked in the eye if I blend it. Blend here all around the edges. Give it a softer look. Now she has some massive wings, and I'm kind of excited and a little nervous about that. We'll see if I can do it like she has it. There we go. Crazy, crazy. So let's now do, oh, you know what I didn't do? Let me get that, I gotta get that palette back. She has this under her eyes. I didn't do it under my eyes at all. So let me get this brush. Let's try this one. This little brush here. Yep. And let's do the green. She has it all the way across under, ooh, that's way too much, under her eye. Well, I said it was too much and took some off. Now there's none on there. This eyeshadow is a little harder to work with, I'm telling you. It's hard to get in between. That's what we have. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's now see if I can blend that better, because that's stark. I have to be careful blending because my skin is so loose here. If I'm not careful, my skin will move and this will go right in my eye. I've done that before. Okay, now the purple is not gonna, I'm only gonna go part way with the purple because she has a black line. And there's no sense in putting the purple and then covering it with the black, really. So let's just put the purple where it shows, which is there. I want it a little lower too, because there's not as much of it. I want to make sure I can see it. Woo! I look like a zombie over here with that green. Okay, so now I think I'm done with this. Let's move this palette again. Actually, I might want to, I'm checking something here. Hold on. Ooh, I think I want to use that. Okay, she has on her eyes, see, she has some shimmer right there. I'm going to try to use the shimmer in here too. It is called Ring Light. And it is this one right here. And it's hard to see the shimmer in it, but trust me, it's there. It's like a golden, a really pale yellow golden shimmer. Okay, let's see if I can. She just has it right in the middle here. See if I can put it on top of this. I think so. Yep. Oh yeah, that's what she has. That's a pretty good imitation right there. It's just right in the center. Reflects light. That was a good choice. Alright, let's try it again on this side. I wasn't sure at first it was going to cover it, but I just have to keep putting more on. It takes quite a few layers of it. So this is also from the James Charles palette. This palette is fun for Halloween looks. I think I got that one actually a little too high. The other one didn't go as high. Just brush it off a little. There we go, that's better. Okay, so there, there I think we will live with that. I went over a little too far too. It's hard to get it that perfect, really. Alright, let's take this green, go back just a little bit with that, and then the yellow on top. Because it really is just in the center, it's not over that far. Oh, she does have also, I think I can still use that ring light. She has it. I could do Lime Life with this too, but let's go ahead and do this one. See if it works. She has it right here. Yep, we can do that. Ooh, this one is Fallout though. I should have done the Lime Life one. It's kind of an iridescent one. Trying to see if I'm missing anything. I think that's pretty much it right there. That's kind of how she has it. All right, so now let's take, I'm going to try it with this little brush and black. There's a matte black in here. It's even called Spooky. And she goes, I do this with liner, but my skin moves so much, it's hard to draw on here with the liner. It's really hard. Oh, it's actually over here, not over there. It's under the purple. Okay. She goes to about there. And we're going to start, it goes to the corner of her eye, so that's easy. Corner of the eye. And then she goes pretty far over here too. So then let's see if we can draw a line. Hi! How are you doing? Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate that so much. I am doing this today. Trying. That's why I look a little scary. Okay, now I'm going to see if I can draw a straight line on my mobile face. Okay, this is actually easier than the eyeliner for loose skin. Okay, we're going to have from here down. I'm just kind of tapping it so it won't move my skin. If you don't have loose skin down here like I do, this will be a lot easier for you. A whole lot easier. Okay, so then, but if you do have looser skin, still possible. Just a little challenging. I'm actually going to pull it. Try not to overstretch your skin. You don't want to make it worse. You kind of have to do this, or it's just not going to fill it all in. So you could do this with eyeliner instead if you would rather. Kind of like doing it with a shadow. I'm not sure what she did it with. Hard to tell. She could have used a liner. I have a little bump on it. See a little bump? Right here. I mean, I probably have more than one bump on it, but that one really shows up. Oh, that's not where I need that. It still shows up too. I didn't have enough stuff on my brush. So let's get some concealer. Concealer 2. That's one that matches my skin. And we'll just go over that spot right there. Oh, I love the flowers and the pumpkins. Thank you. All right, there's that one. Then we're going to draw the other one, which I hope is easier since it's above the eye. So I want to try to make it... Hers is it's not 100% the same as hers, but that's okay. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I never cleared out my powder up here that I was baking with. I never finished. It's done baking now. It's done. So let's take this one. I'm using both the translucent and powder number 1 called Sunny Day Mixed. I'll just set that all over. Alright, so then let's go with the black again. And it's going to start, oops, it's going to start, I'd say about here. And go to here. See, if you, when you do something like this, if it's a triangle, if you give yourself dots of where you're going to go, then just connect the dots. It's a lot easier than just randomly drawing. Give yourself some dots of where you're aiming. That way, if it's in the wrong spot, all you have to do is erase a dot. Give yourself some dots and then connect the dots. I find it a lot easier. There's that. So now, see, I have a starting and an ending spot now. So I'm much more likely to hit that than if I didn't draw dots. Doesn't mean I don't sometimes miss. But there's a better chance. The better chance of it working. There you go. Now we color in. So this isn't makeup. It's not a whole lot different. For something simple like this. It's not a whole lot different than coloring as a kid. And I'm sure you did connect the dots as a kid. It's just with this one you have to put in the dots yourself. But my goodness, this is a triangle. Triangle. I think you can draw a triangle. I'm sure. So if you think I can never do makeup like that. Well, I just drew a black triangle. Yeah, you can. I'll bet a 6-year-old can do it. Just learning to work with brushes and powders and liners. But you practice it enough, you find out it's a lot easier than you thought it was. Now, it might be, I just knocked my little brush cleaner on the floor. It might be a lot harder at first, because any time you do something new, like, when you learn to ride a bike, I'm sure you didn't jump on the two-wheeler and go. I bet you didn't. I bet you had training wheels. I bet you had a tricycle. And I bet you were scared to take your training wheels off. I know I was. Where did my cleaner go? Across the room. It rolled. It's in a round can. I bet you were scared. I bet you thought I'm going to fall. Maybe you did fall. But what did you do? You got back up and did you eventually master it? Yep. Did you love it once you did? Riding a bike? Yep. Is this just like learning to ride a bike? Yep. You can do it. See, when we get grown, we think we can't do things permanently. Kids think they can't do things too, but you convince them to try it, and they like, oh, I can do it. Adults, it's harder to convince them to do something because they're like, no, I can't do that. I'm no good at that. Well, sure, you're not any good at it. You've never done it. Of course you're not any good at it. Neither is anybody else that's never done it. I look like I have a little witch's hat on my eyebrow. Well, that's what she looks like. Okay, so now, and she has a little black nose. So let's do a little black round nose. That makes it, to me, it makes her look like a puppy, but okay. We'll do the little black nose. It's cute. So, as adults, I think we should approach new things like we did as a kid. We might be scared thinking I can't do it, but go ahead and try it, and then you will find out you can. It's just something you have to learn. You just get to the point where you try it and learn it. You won't be good at it first. Oh, you won't. You won't be good at it at first. Nobody is. Even professional makeup artists, they aren't any good at it at first. They all have to practice. They all have to learn. It's like cooking. If you're a cook and you can cook, you had to learn that. If you still can't cook, it's because you didn't put enough effort in it to learn it. You say, oh, well, I messed up too. But yep, everybody else did too. You got to get past the messing up spot. You got to get past it. Now, that is true. There are some people that have more natural skills in one area than another. But there are some people that you can learn the skills, even if you don't have a natural skill. Now, how do I know that for sure? What example would I put that with is playing the piano. I can play the piano. I know people personally that never had a piano lesson in their life. They can listen to music, sit down at the piano, and play it like a concert pianist. And I just look at them like, how do you know what to do? I can slightly play it by ear. I can somewhat do it by ear. But I can also play by music. And I mostly learned, after I learned to play by music, then I know how to do it to play by ear. Knowing music and reading music and playing by music really helps me play by ear. And it helps me know like what chords would go with this, what chords would go with that, because I know music theory. I know how, if I pick the key of F, I know what other chords go with F. Somebody playing by ear doesn't even know what F is. They don't even know it. They can't read music. They say, I knew a guy like this when I was in my 20s, that he was from a different church I was in. He came one day with his youth group, and you would ask him, do you know this song? He would say no. He would say, sing it to me. You could start singing it, and he would start playing. And I'm like, how can you do that? How do you know what key that is? He goes, I don't know what key it is. He just knew how to make the piano make that sound. That's rare. That's rare. That is natural born, God-given, pure talent, and it's rare. But does that mean that nobody else can learn how to play the piano? No. You can learn how to play the piano. You just have to know what keys to hit, how to hit them. You may or may not be able to sit down and play without notes. But you can still learn to play the piano. You can be pretty good too. The more natural talent you have, yes, the better you will be. But just because you don't have natural born talent doesn't mean you can't learn how to do it, because you can. I learned how to play the piano mostly, like I said, I could play by ear, but I was doing this. One key. I could pick out a tune on the piano. But when I took lessons, I learned how to do chords and play the whole thing, and I learned how to read music. Now I can apply all of that to playing by ear, so I can hear a song on the radio, not know what key it's in, but I can go figure it out on the piano. I can put it in a different key if I want to. And I know what chords go with it because I know music now. So I don't have 100% natural talent. I have a little bit of natural piano talent and a lot of learning and practicing music. There are people who have 100% talent, don't know a lick of music. Then there are people that really don't have talent that know all music. They all can play the piano. So it's the same with makeup. If you practice and you learn and you know how, even if you have zero natural, God-given, born ability, you can still learn how. This is another example. I don't know why I'm going to these examples. This is for anybody who says, I can't do that. There are a lot of people that don't do anything because they think they can't. I can't do that. I cannot do that. Well, no, not now you can't. That doesn't mean you can't learn. My parents tell me, because I don't remember this, because I was 3 years old. They told me I taught myself to read at 3 years old. I taught myself to read. I didn't know how to read. Nobody taught me how to read. They said I would get the newspaper. They said I knew the alphabet. My mom said I taught you the ABCs. You knew what the ABCs were. She said you would sit on top of the dining room table. Yes, on the table. At 3 years old, you'd climb up on the table, you would get the newspaper, and you would turn to something big like the grocery ads. And you would say, Mommy, what does M-I-L-K spell? I knew the letters, I didn't know what it spelled. And she would tell me, M-I-L-K spells milk. And she said I would sit there and say, M-I-L-K spells milk. M-I-L-K spells milk. M-I-L-K spells. I would say it over and over and over. And she said, then you knew what that word was permanently. And she says she would go through word after word after word and say, Mommy, what's it spell? What's it spell? What's it spell? And she says she would repeat it over and over and over. And she said before we knew it, you could read. Because I was memorizing everything. And she said, we didn't teach you to read, you taught yourself to read. I really think that's a God-given thing. That's a God-given thing. But how many people actually taught themselves to read? Almost nobody. But does that mean nobody else can read? Mm-mm. Everybody can read that wants to read. You just have to learn. You have to practice. Not many people can teach themselves at 3 years old to read. But everybody can still read. So even if you didn't know how to put makeup on naturally at 3 years old, you can still learn how. Just like I did. I couldn't naturally do this. This was not a natural talent. I have a little artistic talent. A little. That's how I could pick out tunes on the piano. I can do a little drawing. Don't ask me to draw people or something straight. I'm not good at that. But I can do a little abstracty or, a little blurry flower or something. But I do have, but it's minimal. I'm looking for the color I want here. But I can do some things. So even if you think I don't have the talent to do that, you can get it. You can learn it. I'm trying to find the color I want for this dot. I think I'm going to do this color. This is Phoenix number 48. It's a shimmer. She has a dot above these triangles. And I'm trying to find something that'll show up is what I'm doing. And if this doesn't show up, oh, it fairly well shows up. If it doesn't show up, I'll pick something else. I'm trying to find something that shows up. I might want to go to the darker color, Mirage. Let's try that one. Because if it's too close to the color of my skin, you just won't see it. Yeah, let's do Mirage. Because the whole point, there you go. This is Mirage. It's darker than that one. But I want them to be the same, so I'm going to do it the same order now. So we'll go up here. There's no sense in doing it if you can't see it. So I'm going to put that on. See, it's a little pale. So if you've been thinking, I would love to be able to do that, you can. You can. You probably didn't teach yourself to read at 3 years old like I did, but I bet you read. And if you don't, I'll bet you could learn. As long as you didn't have a disability. Some people have a disability. It's difficult for them. But you know, even people with disabilities can learn to read. You just need some extra practice, extra training, maybe extra techniques. But you know, if you want to do it bad enough, you can make it happen. And I think that's the same with Lime Life. If you wanted to do this, you can. You can. I am not, there aren't just a limited number of people that can do this. There are a limited number of people who will. But it isn't because nobody else can. You can. Just try it. Okay, so now she has a little white. And I'm going to use Porcelain Foundation, which is almost white. She has a little white accent mark, like on her nose. Like that. That's so funny. I seriously feel like the nose looks like a dog. Now, hers is a little more intense white. I'm a little afraid to do it again because I don't want to smear the black. But I cleaned off the brush. Let's try it again. The thing about this too is if you mess up really bad, wipe it off and do it again. That's all you gotta do. So it's like having a pencil. It has an eraser. Use a makeup wipe, erase it, do it again. It's not permanent. Hi, Karen. How are you doing? Okay. Now, what we have left here, we have our eyeliner. So let's try our eyeliner and mascara and lips. Then we're done. And this is like taking all day because I'm talking. This does not take this long if you don't talk. And I'll look. Okay, so let's do, I'm serious, she has some serious wings on here. Okay, they say if you're doing eyeliner, you should start with your hardest eye first. Because then it's easier to match your easy eye to your hard eye than to match a hard eye to your easy eye. And usually your easy eye is the one on the same side of your arm that you, like if you're right-handed, it's a mirror image. This is my right hand. It's easier to do that on that side. So let's start with the harder one. And her wings, I'm trying to decide how far up they go. It really doesn't matter as long as I do it the same on both. So I'm going to draw a line like that. Again, this is just a matter of doing lines. So first I should have done this first. It doesn't really matter though. I'm going to align my eye first. Just draw straight across. I do have to pull my eye taut, or it's too loose to do this. It will skip if I don't do this. This and any other brand, by the way. Okay, so then, let's do this one. My skin is wanting to roll right there into my eye. Okay, so we go straight across. Then the key to this is to get it in the same spot as that one. So I'm going to look and try to make me, again, I'm going to do connect the dot. So I'm going to put a dot here. About where I think that is. I'm going to try to put a dot here. It doesn't want to draw a dot. There we go. If I don't get it in exact spot, oh well. It's Halloween. The more you practice this, the better you'll get at doing that. So far apart, I'm not sure you can tell the difference anyway. Okay, so there's how you started. That's your bottom. line. Then what you do to make the wing is you're really going to make this a triangle, like a sideways long triangle. So you're going to go not quite to the tip, but almost. And then you're going to draw up higher and in. Now she ends way on over. She ends about 2/3 of the way over here. So I'm going to go, if you can see, I go between you being able to see and me being able to see. I'm going to go here, and it's pretty huge what she has. And I'm going to go way up. Alright, see how I drew like how that's like a sideways triangle? I'm trying to get this to be dark enough where you can see it. I think it actually needs to be more than this. Well, I don't think I did it at the right angle to do it more. Let's just go up higher. This green eyeshadow is not wanting to let me draw on it. It's because it's not Lime Life. Alright, now that's not too bad. So then let's do it again over here. And then all you do is color it in. My eye's blurry over there now. I don't normally go this far over, but she's gone that far over. Okay, that one's bigger than the other one. And it's kind of bumpy. That's because my skin is. Just take the bump out. Okay, and then once we get it, we're going to color it in. I'm not the best at these. You know why? Because I don't practice it enough. If I practice this, I'd be excellent at it, and so would anybody else. I'm just coloring it in. It is a really, really fat line, because that's what she has. It's hard to do this one eye closed. I can only half see. Doesn't want to color in right there. I think it's that eyeshadow. That glitter eyeshadow is not wanting me to color on top of it. Okay, so then let's do this one over here. Color in. What time is it anyway? It's almost 6. What time did I start? I've been doing this forever. Sorry if the video is too long. I started with another product, and then I started talking about Lime Life. If you think you would like to be a beauty guide, do not let the fact that you have no makeup experience stop you, because I had no makeup experience either. All this stuff I'm doing right now, I never did this in my life. I never did this. I never knew how to do this. I didn't know I wanted to do this. I had no idea. Decided I wanted to learn. Watched all the free Lime Life training and learned. And I'm still learning. It's not like I'm arrived. You don't ever arrive. You keep on learning. I like that about it, though, because you can always learn something new. You can always learn something more. All right, let me go back to my concealer brush, because I kind of have a cross over here now rather than a point. So all you do, this concealer, by the way, will cover tattoos. This is what they use it for in Hollywood. One of the things. So if it covers tattoos, it will cover that extra little line. And this one over here is just blurry, because I blurred it. We just clean it up. Everything you can fix. And I have a little dot right there that's black. Accidentally touched it down there and decided I didn't want to go there. looks really dark on hooded eyes. That's why I normally don't do this. It really weights my eyes down, like, "Rrr." But this is the look she has. Doesn't weight her eyes down because she does not have hooded eyes. And of course, I think I went over a little further with it still a little heavy. But that's what big fat eyeliner does to hooded eyes. It like pulls it down. That's why if you have hooded eyes, you look better with thin eyeliner. And if you have non-hooded eyes, where you can see the lid, see how you see her lid? She can do that thick eyeliner and it doesn't pull her eyes down. Mine is just like, but I'm copying her look, so that's fine. I knew it would do that though. So then I'm going to, shall we do, I don't want to spray it yet. Let's go ahead and do our eyeshadow. And then I will, not eyeshadow, mascara. Let's do mascara and then I will spray afterward. And curl it with the Lime Life by Alcone eyelash curler. I usually put setting spray on before I do mascara, but today we're going to do it after. Because I haven't done the mouth yet, and I'm going to put some, I think, some eyeshadow on there. Now, it looks like to me she probably, well, I don't know if she has false lashes on or not. Let's see what it looks like. I have such dark liner, so much dark lid now, I don't know that I even need, I don't know if I need the lashes. I might actually need the lashes. Let's put mascara on first and see what we got. I think I should put the lashes on. I think I'm going to need to. I think it will help cover up some of this heaviness. So I'm just going to put a real light coat. One Step Fiber Mascara. It is smudge proof. It will not smudge. It gives you fibers that are already mixed in to lengthen and thicken your lashes. Lime Life by Alcone actually invented the fiber mascara. Now she definitely has it on her bottom lashes. You can't really hardly see my bottom lashes. They're so fine and sparse. I'm not even going to try to do them over there because you can't see it with the black. You can't see that on her either. So you can barely see how I have lashes. We also have a waterproof mascara if you want waterproof. It doesn't have the fibers in it. These fibers do not flake off during the day and get all over your face or something. They don't. They will stay on your lashes, so you don't have to worry about that. Putting mascara on my lashes is like trying to put mascara on a spider web. Because my lashes are so fine and so sparse and tiny. You can see them a little bit now. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do let's do eyelashes, because I think this look desperately needs eyelashes. So I'm going to use my little eyelash tool, and these are actually not super glam lashes. I don't usually do super glam lashes because they're real thick. I like the long ones, but the heavy, thick ones don't look good on me, because they also do the bad thing with the hooded eyes. So the ones that are more like wispy, I like wispy lashes because it doesn't weight my eyes down like the super glam ones do. So I'm going to take the glue, put it on the band of the lash. The light from the mirror is blinding me. I can't even tell what I'm doing. Here we go. This glue will dry clear. It goes on white and will dry clear. There you can see how I put the white on the band. This glue dries a little faster than the others that I've used, so I'm going to not wait too long. Normally you want to wait a minute and a half, 2 minutes for it to get tacky, but if you wait too long with this one, it won't even stick. So you've got to like be ready a little sooner. And you want to glue it right to your lid above your natural lash line. And touch it right to your skin. You don't glue to your lashes. You glue to your skin right above your lashes. And there you have the pretty lashes. For a Halloween, crazy Halloween look like this, you desperately need lashes. I've got some lashes I'm going to wear to work. Oh, well, I got them. I don't know if I'm going to wear them, but we'll see. I want to wear them. I guess I can wear them, and if they don't work, I'll take them off at work. They start, because I have to wear glasses, and I've got to have some that work with glasses. And most of the ones that work with glasses are short. But we'll see what I can come up with and see if I want to wear them to work. That will be Wednesday. That's the day we're getting to dress up for Halloween. Because Halloween's actually on Saturday and we don't work on Saturdays. Well, there's a few people that do, but most of us don't work on Saturdays. So we're not dressing up on Saturday. We're dressing up on Wednesday as like our celebration day. You don't have to dress up. It's just optional. But, oh goodness, it's time to have some fun. Let's do something fun. So that's what we're doing. We're dressing up. We're having lunch. Oh, they may do other games or something. I don't know what they'll do, but lunch and dress up. That's all I care about. All right, so now I'm going to try to do this mouth she has. And I don't know if I want to use, I think I'm going to try the eyeshadow. So let's go to the black eyeshadow. And she has her like mouth outlined with it. And she also has it goes like to the top, like to here. How far out does it go? Pretty far. So here again, connect the dots. Here's my dot, and we'll put another one over here. This is the best chance I have of getting it even. So then I'm going to go and draw in to the corner of my mouth. Now I didn't put a dot there because I'm just going to the corner. And I can pretty well see that. Not 100%, but it's not bad. I think it's a little more angled. That one is a little more angled up than that one. I'll hold my head like that. I think I went lower here. Just pull it up a little higher. It'll be fine. And that one, I'll pull down a little bit. A little closer to even. Okay, so then, you know, I think I should put my lipstick on first, actually. But let's do this part. Okay, that's where I'm heading for. Okay, my corner's done. Okay, there's my dots. This thing with the dots, I made that up. I have not seen anybody do it. That's a 3-year-old teaching herself to read. Well, hi, Godiva. I made it up myself. I don't know if this is what other makeup artists do or not. And I am not a professional makeup artist. I am an amateur. What you want, Godiva? She's touching me with her paw. Touching my little cat. She want my attention. Aren't you, Godiva? Oh, she's over back. I have an exercise machine. It's called a Pilates reformer. That is in my living room, and it's been sitting there. I have been exercising, I just haven't been using that machine. And that machine is sitting there, and it's up on end, like in storage mode. And it has been there as long as I've owned these cats, which is a couple of years. Been there the whole time. Yeah, no, it's furniture now. It's been there. She's, I think, saw something today. It may have been a bug or a maybe teeny-weeny lizard or something. Stuff gets inside here in Florida. She saw something, and she pounced on something. And I assume there actually was something there. Like I said, it was probably a bug, and it went under the little exercise machine, I think. She's back over there stalking now. I'm not real sure because she wouldn't go away. So I thought I wanted to see what it was. So I got a flashlight to look because she was standing there stalking it, and then I heard her start hissing, and I'm like, oh my word! I hardly ever hear this cat hiss. What is she hissing at? I never saw anything, but there's a rope on this machine because it has like a pulley system, and the rope is coiled under there, and I think she might have thought that was a snake. I don't think there's a snake in here. Well, I really hope not. But I'm like, is she hissing at the rope? Because it was kind of in the dark. And I got the flashlight and shined it on there, and I think when she saw it was not a snake, she just walked off like, oh. But I do think there was originally something there, but I think she might have been hissing at the rope. And I'm like, okay, please be hissing at the rope. I don't know what you're hissing at, but she doesn't hiss. But she's standing there stalking it again. So I don't know if she's seeing the rope or if she's wondering if there was a bug. I don't know. It is so funny. So I'm going to put on this nude lipstick. It's called Birthday Cake. Because I want, like, some lipstick on, and I don't want a lot of color because I'm going to use it as eyeshadow. So I'm using kind of my lip color. This is a nude lipstick. And I don't want to get the black smeared on my applicator. So that's why I'm putting this on first. Okay, so I'll get some lipstick on. Alright, doesn't look like much yet. Pretty boring. Alright, so then I'm going to take the black. She has it pretty thick here. All the way around. She's standing there just staring. It's been a couple hours since she saw something there. I think she's going back to check. Hey, Godiva. What you doing, baby? You want to come up here with me? She's sniffing my boxes. Do you want to come up here with me? I don't think she does. Let's see. Oh, here she is. She's Godiva. Say hello. She's a perfect Halloween cat. All black. Look at them gold eyes. Say hi, Godiva. She's like, why are you holding my head? Isn't she pretty? She's like velvet. She's so soft. She's so soft. She likes to sit up here on my lap sometimes, but right now I think I'm freaking her out. You want to sit up here? Nope. Down. Okay. She's like, why are you holding me out like that? She tolerates it. She's just not that thrilled with it. Don't you, baby? She's just sitting right there, though. And she has a sister who is a little tabby cat. Their names are Godiva and Guinevere. And Gwenny is sleeping on the couch. And Godiva has run back over to sit on her chair. She likes her chair. Oh, her nose is tickling. I can't rub makeup. Luckily, it's itching in a spot. That doesn't matter. Oh, look at that. I do look like the Joker now, don't I? It is a little straighter this way than that way here. There. So, it's not perfect, but that's okay. That's okay. You know what I can do? I'm going to fix it. Now, it is a little blurred. So, I'm blurring it. Right here like this. The inside is blurry. It's not straight on her look. I'm lowering it toward the center. Ooh, okay. Now, let me take my concealer. I call concealer the white out of the makeup world. And let's do here. Let's tighten my skin. See if I can't sharpen that a little. She has a really sharp point and I don't. She probably used liner. Oh, now it looks like a mustache if I hold my head to the side. This one, I'm going to erase from the top. And it's blurring that a little because that's powder and it's not Lime Life. There. This one is taking me a whole lot longer than I thought. Alright, that's a little closer now though. The only thing is I shortened one of them. Maybe I should just shorten both of them. Oops. Come on, open. A little closer to even. Okay. Now, our final thing is this bronze on her lips. How's it look so far? Like an old Harley Quinn, not a young one. Okay, so let's do the bronze on her lips. Well, Harley Quinn would be old someday too, right? I'm going to do, which one did I decide? Which one? I think I'm going to try Antique Bar, which is a shimmer. It's that color right there. It looks very similar to what she has. So I'm going to put on my finger. And I'm going to tap it on top. Uh-oh, that's the wrong one. Hold on. It's really dark. Hers is not, you know what? Hers has more shimmer in it than this. Cool. So, what I'm going to do now is I think I'm going to try some of this. This is here somewhere. Rose-colored glasses. I think I'm going to try that. I'm actually going to try it with a brush. Let's try it with the brush and see what we get. I'm going to lighten it up. Yep. You just keep trying to find the right one. Now that was the right color. It just looked darker on me. Now, that's something you got to take into consideration. What does it look like and what does it look like on you? There we go. That's not too far off. I think my mouth's a whole lot wider than hers. A whole lot wider. That's okay. I'm smiling more. It's a whole lot wider than hers. Alright, let's take my concealer. I could just leave it. I know I could just leave it. Let's wax some of it off. Just shows that you can fix it. Don't have to. It was perfectly fine like it was, but... What if you want to be exact? Just fix it. You know, when they do people like the Joker and stuff on the movies and stuff, those makeup artists, they got to be good at placing stuff in the same spot all the time. But they have a lot of practice. Because, you know, they got to look the same in all the scenes. So if they make somebody up, and every time they make them up, they got to do it the same. I think I like that better. Still more than her, but we're going to go with it. I can do that all day. Okay, so let's take our powder, since I've been playing around a lot over here, and set that. That black is so dark, but it's what she has on. My lips, I think my lips look ridiculous. And she has more perfectly shaped lips than I do. I think I could have done it up a little higher, but I didn't, but it's okay. There we go. All right, so I am all done. If you would like to be color matched for this foundation, this is actually a match. If you'd like to be color matched for this foundation or a skincare regimen that would work for you, whatever skin issues you have, just let me know. I'd be happy to assist you. I can give you my link and you can do your own shopping, or I can be your personal shopper. You just tell me what you want, give me all your information and say order this for me. I can also order you if you happen to want something that comes in a collection. Like for example, if you want a foundation and 2 concealers, rather than buy a foundation by itself, a concealer by itself, and another concealer by itself, if you buy it in this collection where it comes together, same thing, you save money. All our collections are discount collections. So if you happen to want stuff that is one of our collections, I would know. I would say, oh, that's a collection. Teen collection, for example, saves you $18. The teen collection is like a starter makeup collection. Whether you're new at makeup, like a teenager, or you're new at Lime Life, you can get one of these, which is a foundation and 2 concealers. The concealers, you can get a skin color that matches. And then for your other one, you can get either a highlighter like I have that's a brightener. You can get this one right here, which is a greenish yellow, which is good for covering up red. Like if you have red blemishes, it will counteract red. Or you can get a real dark one that you can use as contour. So there's a lot of options for concealer. Or you can get 2 of the same color if that's what you want. You get a foundation and 2 concealers. You get 2 eyeshadows, any colors of your choice. They come in individual holders though. 2 eyeshadows of your choice. You get a powder of your choice. I would recommend getting the translucent powder because if you need translucent powder to set the foundation. Unless you have translucent powder, I would get the translucent powder. You can also choose a blush or a bronzer if you would rather, but just make sure if you get the foundation, you must have some sort of translucent powder. So you get the powder, so you get a foundation, 2 concealers, 2 eyeshadows, the powder, and the lip gloss color of your choice. Saves $18, and it's like a starter thing of makeup for you. And then if you want to add something, I would add an eyeliner and a mascara and a starter and setting spray. I would add that, and that's really like, there you go. You've got like everything you need, unless you want some brushes, and then we can add that too. So I'm going to put on 16-hour setting spray. That is Oil Strike. We have 2 setting sprays. One that's for oily skin. That's what that one is called, Oil Strike. It will absorb oil throughout the day, so you don't get the amount of oily breakthrough. If you normally get that during the day, you know what I'm talking about. And if you normally get that, that will help cut that down. And we also have one called Time Setter, which is good for normal to dry skin and has anti-aging properties in it. So you just pick which one you want. They both work equally well. And I'm going to go now, so let me know if I can help you shop, or if you would like to browse on your own, you can certainly do that too. And then, you know, you can remain unhindered if you would just like to go shop on your own. I won't bother you. But if you would like to become a beauty guide, or you think you might want to look into becoming a beauty guide, let me know. I'll send you that information. There's no pressure at all. I don't want people to sign up just to sign them up. I want people who really want to do it. If you really want to become a beauty guide and work your business, then I want you. I want you on my team and partner with me in business, and we will help each other. I would be happy to help you. You get all the support here you could possibly want and more. You have all the free training that you could want. There's so much stuff that they do to help us, and you have a sisterhood of a full team. So I'm going to go ahead and go. Let me know what I can help you with. Go play some fun stuff with Halloween. And until later, actually I'm going to go a little later. I'm going to cook. I'm going to bake some pumpkin cheesecake muffins. They're like cupcakes with no icing. Pumpkin cheesecake cupcake muffins. They're either cupcakes or muffins. I forgot what they're called. But they're pumpkin and cheesecake. Oh, they look so good. I love pumpkin. And it's pumpkin time. I'm going to do that, here in a little while, separate live. Probably won't last this long. And I hope you have a good evening. Go be amazing, because you are amazing and you can learn all this too. I promise you can. Bye.